good Saturday morning in the month of March. Welcome to this PI session. Wake up, everybody. Let's get rolling. I want to see more cameras on, though. Come on, people. Come on. We need to see those beautiful faces of District 7030 before I go through the Zoom protocols. Okay, they're coming on slowly. Thank you very much for joining us this Saturday morning. Before we really get into the meat of the matter, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So on the bottom of your screen, there is a globe. Please use that for your language of choice, English or French. We have our interpreters on this morning to help us communicate to everyone in our district. Please raise your hand if you have a question. And in the meantime, as you're hearing the presentations, please put your questions in the chat and we will try to answer them at question time or as we go. Also, remember that these sessions are recorded and they will be uploaded to the district website and to YouTube within 24 to 48 hours. So that's so that you can go back to them and hear the good, juicy stuff that we have to give you. So, as I said, welcome to Saturday, March 2nd, and it is our PI session, public image, one of those really hardcore parts of Rotary. The part that tells the story, the part that gets us the recognition that we need. Before we get into that, I would like to welcome our district governor-elect, Debbie Roopchand, to give you her welcome.
Thank you very much, PDG Sonia. Thank you. Good morning to all on this session. I'm so happy to see all the backdrops up, especially because we are having a public image session. PI is just so important to us in Rotary. We need to get it right. And we have the experts this morning within our own district who would be sharing with us, so many useful tips. So I invite you to enjoy the session, ask as many questions as you would like, challenge our facilitators in terms of their knowledge. And I hope that everybody takes away something useful from this morning's session. Thank you very much. Back to you, PDG Sonia.
Thank you very much, DGE, and it is a pleasure to take us through this session this morning. And right now, we have the best in definitely the zone with Maria and Sean this morning being the presenters. I would say to you that without doubt, District 7030 leads in public image, and it's because of these two presenters this morning. So I'm going to read Maria. Now, Maria is a member of the Rotary Club of St. Augustine, and she's been a member since 2012 and recently served as president. Gosh, not recently, 2018 to 2019. That seems a long time ago. Assistant Governor for the East Cluster from 2020 to 2023, and we know her best for being the District 7030 Girls Empowerment Chair from 2022. Maria is the incoming Public Image Chair for 24-25, and in her professional life, she specializes in integrated marketing communications. So can we welcome Maria Mohammed Maharaj to the screen?
Thank you, District Learning Facilitator PDG Sonia, and good morning to all. We appreciate your presence at this morning's presentation on our public image. Crafting effective public image strategies is essential as they help communities understand the impact of Rotary's work. The District Public Image Committee is dedicated to supporting clubs in their mission to promote Rotary, thereby fostering a greater understanding, appreciation, and support for our varied programs, activities, events, and service projects. Additionally, it equips Rotarians with the knowledge that effective external publicity, favorable public relations, and a positive image are key to Rotary's growth. Rotary International, much like other internationally recognized brands such as Apple, Samsung, and Amazon, is known for much more than its logo. These brands are celebrated for their innovative products, customer engagement, brand presence, and community relations, all elements that shape our perceptions of them as leading global companies. Similarly, Rotary International is recognized by donors, sponsors, and the general public as a service organization. This recognition is built on the value and influence we create and communicate within our communities and also around the world, going beyond how we as Rotarians view ourselves. Therefore, when considering our public image, we must begin with our brand. Have people heard of Rotary? Do they recognize our name and logo? What do they know about us? Although those of us within Rotary understand and value what Rotary contributes, it is important to remember that our perspective is not necessarily universally shared. As demonstrated in the previous slide, some brands achieve global recognition solely through their logos. Upon seeing these particular logos, people immediately understand what the brand represents and what to expect from it. Achieving this level of visual recognition demands effort and includes years of consistent and correct usage of the logo and also application of the particular brand. Businesses and organizations invest in this process because global recognition significantly benefits them, and Rotary is no exception. We want the public and other organizations to recognize who we are and what we stand for. By being consistent with our brand and logos, we can effectively communicate our message to the world. And how do others see us? Rotary International regularly conducts research around the world to assess what people know and think about Rotary. These responses may vary, but one thing remains the same. Although some of the descriptions are accurate, there are a lot of misconceptions about us. When we ask people if they heard of an organization called Rotary, on average, more than half recognize our name. But it is clear that recognition varies greatly around the world, from 91% awareness in Taiwan to 27% in Poland and everything in between. When we ask people what they know about Rotary, we find better results in some markets than others. We also find that a high level of brand awareness doesn't always correspond to understanding. And why does branding matter for Rotary International? It is crucial as it highlights and defines the key messages, visual identities, and core principles of RI. It shapes public expectations and fosters a comprehensive understanding of the organization's essence, endeavors, and driving forces. Take, for example, our vision statement. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. This is not merely about proclaiming our vision, but it embodies our commitment to actualize the vision through our collective actions and initiatives as Rotarians. And before I go on, I just want to reassure incoming public image chairs and committees, especially those who are new to the role coming in from July 1st. Please do not feel overwhelmed by the responsibility about serving in this capacity. As we discussed earlier, the District Public Image Committee is here to provide support. Additionally, you will find extensive resources through Rotary Zone 34, which will be covered in Sean's presentation. And during the Rotary year, the zone will be providing training on specific elements of public image. such as correct usage of logos, websites, leveraging the power of publicity, and much more. Additionally, the Brand Center on the RI's website offers access to the brand manual and other tools to help guide clubs in consistently and correctly implementing their public image initiatives. Allow me to present some imagery showcasing impactful work of Rotarians and their projects within the district. Here are some examples showcasing how Rotary branding is utilized in various club projects. As illustrated in these images above, clubs can effectively communicate their service and humanitarian efforts in a number of ways. This includes collaborative efforts, as depicted in this image here, where a Rotary Club is partnering with a regional financial institution, and specific branding, as demonstrated here, for wheelchair distribution. This branding is visible not only on the boxes, but also on the wheelchairs themselves. It is worth noting that depending on your device, you may not be able to clearly see the sign here that states Rotarians at work. Other examples include End Polio Now project branding, merchandise branding, and branding for specific projects. These images sourced from social media can be seamlessly integrated into articles, media releases, club websites, and more. Rotary's public image is what people outside of Rotary think of when they hear our name. But name recognition is just the start. Our public image is shaped by the actions of our members, the activities we engage in, and the impact we have, and more. A strong public image promotes trust and encourages people to engage with us. We can help build our public image by sharing stories that show us as people of action and inspiring others to get involved. Promoting Rotary to the general public can be simple as wearing your Rotary pin, or as elaborate as organizing and executing an integrated marketing campaign for your club or project. Using Rotary International brand guidelines, your club can benefit in many ways from a stronger public image of Rotary. Just by raising awareness of your projects, you can attract prospective members and also engender a sense of pride among your own membership. It also encourages the general public and potential donors to donate their time and money. So one of our objectives is to increase awareness, as mentioned, and understanding of Rotary around the world. But how do we do that? How do we help people perceive Rotary the way we do? We can start by highlighting the impact that our clubs and members are making in their communities and presenting Rotary in a consistent and compelling way to those who don't know us, as demonstrated in some of those images shown earlier. And it can be imagery, videos, articles, or media releases, social media posts, your website, and more. We know that no one understands the benefits better than our members, better than us. That's why enhancing Rotary's public image relies on more than 1.54 million members to share their stories with the public. Public image is also a priority in Rotary's action plan, and it's about strengthening our organization to ensure our values endure, employing effective strategies at every level, and guaranteeing engaging experiences that are meaningful and fulfilling. Ultimately, it's about positively transforming more lives and communities. As part of the action plan, expanding our reach focuses on how we can share our values and the impact that Rotary makes with new and diverse audiences, creating new ways to bring people together, to experience the power of Rotary and show that we are an organization that's inclusive, engaging, compassionate, and ambitious. And those of you who would have attended the DEI presentation would have been more, how to put it, this would have been communicated further by Rotarian Katrina Sam. And when we talk about reach, we mean a strategic focus on creating and improving ways for anyone who interacts with our programs, events, clubs, and offering to have opportunities to grow personally and professionally, collaborate with diverse people, and take part in volunteering and service experiences, even without necessarily joining a club. So how can we expand our reach? Telling compelling stories and creating participation opportunities, as demonstrated in some of the imagery shown before. Innovating in your club by trying new projects and formats to increase your flexibility and to meet people's needs, and using Rotary's membership resources to assess your club and learn how to make it more diverse, open, and attractive to everyone in the community. Rotary's People of Action messaging is for clubs. It's for you. It's your stories about your local impact that will resonate within your community. When we use People of Action messaging to tell and show communities who we are and what we do, we increase people's understanding of what Rotary is. As mentioned before, we have a lot of ways to communicate Rotary's impact, including your club's website, social media, events, partnerships, and more. All of these are effective by themselves, but more effective if you use them together and build upon them. Telling stories of local impact consistently across several communication channels will help build Rotary's public image. There have been instances where clubs in the district have been featured internationally as well, and one such example is on the next slide. This story was featured on Rotary International's website, and given that there are 1.4 million members, it is great public image, not only for the French clubs in the Caribbean, but also Rotary District 7030. The story on the French clubs was featured in January 2023, and the district has had over the years features and mentions, not only on RI's website, but also in the Rotarian magazine, which is circulated to over 1.4 million Rotarians. In conclusion, I would like to emphasize a key point. As Rotarians, whether we are engaging in projects, taking on new roles in club committees or on your board, we are always in the process of enhancing and acquiring new skills. This is equally true for managing our public image. For those new to the role, Rotary International, Rotary Zone 34, and Rotary District 7030 offers a wealth of online training and resources designed to support you, your committee, and your club. Specifically, Rotary Zone 34 has central public image tools on their website, and to guide us through these invaluable resources, Sean will also be doing a live presentation in a few moments. Thank you all for your time this morning, and do let me know if you have any questions. Over to you, PDG Sonia.
Thank you so much, Maria. And that's part one of public image. And as we tell our story, that's what gets us out there. That's what gets communities who don't know us to know who we are and what we can do and the influence that we have. So allow me to introduce Sean. Sean Paddy has officially served Rotary in holding multiple club, district, and zone positions over the past 12 years. We call Sean the guru, the District 7030 man that knows everything. However, as a second generation member, Sean has been involved with Rotary in many ways over 35 years. Currently, he stands as both the Communications Officer and Public Image Chair for District 7030, as well as the Deputy Empowering Girls Ambassador, Regional Communications Officer, and Assistant Rotary Public Image Coordinator for Zones 34. So you see why we call him the man that knows everything, the mystery man. Okay, oh wait, he's here, his picture's up. Oh my goodness. That's a privilege, folks. Sean also actively serves on several district and zone committees and is a fervent supporter of the Rotary Foundation as a multiple Paul Harris Fellow, member of the Paul Harris Society, and founder of the District 7030 Polio Plus Society. Fellow Rotarians, past district governors, future governors, please welcome our public image chair and Mr. Everything for all of us, Sean Paddy.
So morning, everybody. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. Continuing off where Maria left, I just want to jump straight into what zones 33 and 34 can offer every district, every club, and every member within, our region, as far as a vast amount of assistance, resources, help, tips, tricks, tools, recommendations, whatever have you. As far as anything related to public image, the zones team is there to more or less help everybody. And officially it's called the Public Image Coordinator Teams. So just in case if that's what you need to refer to it as, that's the official title. So I'm going to jump straight into it and show you guys where we've more or less centralized everything. I'm putting something in the chat box for you guys to reference. And if you do nothing else today, please bookmark those links within the chat box, right? Okay, so what we're going to focus on today is more or less the hub that zones 33 and 34 has created for public image, and it's called Elevate Rotary Zones 33, 34. It's pretty much, I wouldn't even call it a website so much more as like a portal, because it is in line with everything that RI is also putting out. We don't want to contradict what RI is putting out. We want to support what RI is putting out in terms of its public image messaging, its public image resources. Where possible, we will enhance it, or we will adapt it to suit the needs of our specific districts, clubs, and members. And that's kind of where Elevate Rotary as a portal or as a website falls into play. So I'm going to run through some of the features that are within the website that we want every member, every club, every district to tap into. I'm not going to cover the entire website, just the main highlights. And I hope you guys can more or less, find something that is not just useful to the club public image chair, but also to every club and every member when it comes to public image. So for specifically, just to kick things off, for the club public image chair, when you log on to the website, one of the first things you'll see is this section here that is more or less, all this is on the homepage, by the way. But it's this section here that more or less shows or guides somebody to go to the club public image chair page. So on that page, what you'll find is a whole list of resources, guidelines, recommendations specific to the public image chair's role, responsibilities. Again, it just tries to encapsulate everything that RI is putting out, some best practices and tips and tools that have also been accumulated over the years that are still relevant today. It's kind of a one-stop shop for club public image chairs, whether they're new to the role or whether they've been in the role before, because we consistently update it with new tools, new tips, new guidelines. So it's a good first place to start if you're a club public image chair. The second thing that I will mention is our webinars. The zones hold a monthly public image webinar. Pretty much it's the fourth Tuesday of every month. And we do it pretty much for at least 10 months out of the year, starting from July all the way through April. Not only do we have webinars covering a vast array of topics, from artificial intelligence to social media, to event planning, to working with the media. We also have stuff that deals with, content calendars, how to plan best for your year. So the one thing I would say again, the second thing to take away today is we always have what we call our public image boot camp in April. And that is again specifically for incoming club PI chairs, club presidents, club secretaries, members, anybody who wants to kind of get themselves ready for the new Rotary year. We encourage them to attend our boot camp in April. That's going to more or less lay the foundation, set the stage for what is to be expected for the role, what the zones will be offering in terms of resources, and also go through in a lot of detail the next thing I'll talk about, which is the zone's public image citation. So the citation itself is more or less just it to accomplish two things. It's to incentivize clubs to always be aware of the different aspects of public image, to give them something to work towards, try to do it in, for lack of a better term, bite-sized chunks. But it's also to help clubs and club public image chairs prepare themselves and better for the role of a public image chair and the responsibilities of public image. The way that's done is, again, it's broken down into monthly tasks. There are 10 in total that run from July through April. And the three I'll focus on right now are the first three tasks, right? July task, the August task, and the September task. These are what we call kind of the essential or foundational tasks, or almost kind of, groundwork tasks. These are open before the year starts for clubs to look at, for clubs to complete. They cover three main topics, which are really the things that we want clubs to do at a minimum to help organize themselves public image wise for the year. It consists of doing a public image audit, which is essentially where you go through all your different club assets, collateral, whether they be digital, whether they be printed, and make sure that your branding is in line, make sure that, you have the correct passwords, the correct usernames, everybody has the access that they need. You don't have any what we call zombie accounts, which is essentially like, let's say, you have a Facebook page that no one has added any content to for, a couple of years. It's just sitting down there doing nothing. So that's what the audit kind of covers and guides you through. The second foundational task is what we call the public image plan. It guides you through how to more or less set up a public image plan for your year if your club doesn't already have one, or even if it does have one, how to kind of enhance it a bit. And then the third task is what we call a content calendar, which is again just to guide clubs through planning their year out in terms of what they want to push out public image wise. And as Maria accurately stated, public image is how everybody else sees us. So you want to make sure that specific dates during the course of the year, you're going to make sure that you meet those deadlines as far as getting content out in a relevant, or I should say, in a relevant time frame. The other tasks, again, some of them are specific to what happens during the course of the year. Some of them are more feedback based. So again, visit the website, their descriptions on each of the tasks, the dates that they're open from, the dates that they're normally due, so you can get a head start on, what's required. I'm proud to say that, there's also the ability on the website to see what every single club in our zone's status is as far as the citation. That is updated live, every day. And pretty much you can see which task your club has completed, which task it hasn't completed, your status as far as the citation in total. And as you can see here, there's a summary to show what the, how each district is performing as well. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not. When you go to the site, you can check it out for yourself. But essentially, District 7030 is leading among the 31 districts in the two zones as far as the citations are concerned, because we have so many clubs, both Rotary and Rotaract, that are participating in the citation process. It is multi-tier recognition citation. So in other words, the more tasks you complete, the higher level citation you will earn. The next part that I will talk about that is also part of the zone's initiative for public image are our competitions. These are separate to the monthly tasks. They are open to any Rotary or Rotaract member to compete in. The first is our social media cover art competition, which was concluded in December last year. Essentially, we asked members from across the 31 districts to submit, their original designs as far as what we can use on our zone social media accounts as cover art. We got close to about 45, 50 submissions, and we whittled it down into 3 winners. And I'm really proud to say that one of those winners is actually from District 7030, and that's Angela Colby. So, round of applause to Angela for not just participating, but also sending in a really awesome submission. We also have a competition that is going to launch this month, and it's called the People of Action Image and Video Competition. Essentially, that one, again, is open to any member, Rotary or Rotaract Club, based within this district and the other 30 districts, where we essentially want them to send us, an image or video that depicts their club, their members as people of action. It must follow the People of Action brand guidelines that the Brand Center publishes and that RI requires. But again, it's just another way of how the zone is trying to engage with members and clubs. And it's not just a static, one-way street as far as pushing information out. We also do want members to be represented, be shown, be showcased, as well as their clubs and their projects. So that's what these competitions are meant to kind of inspire and encourage. On the website as well, we have our calendar. The calendar is pretty much not just about PI stuff. We put in, monthly Rotary monthly theme information. We put in other zone events that are happening as well. Obviously, all of our public image webinars are going to be on the calendar. The cool thing with the calendar, and then that I encourage everybody to do, is you can subscribe to it. Right here, if you click the subscribe button, you're able to more or less sync the calendar to whichever personal information manager you're using, whether it's Google Calendar, whether it's Apple Calendar, whether it's Outlook. So whether you want to, it'll pop up on your phone when a particular date comes up. If anything changes on the website calendar, it'll automatically change on your device as well. It's a live sync, and it'll always keep you up to date with particular dates and deadlines. We just launched this a few weeks ago on the website, which is our new Zones 33, 34 public image blog. This is where we're going to provide, just a wealth of additional information with regards to various topics that members message us on, or that are being asked for a little bit more information that may not be on already existing on another website page. The blog is again something that we want to get people to submit content for the blog, and we'll publish it. So we haven't opened up that aspect of the blog as yet, but when we do, you can always come back to the website and you'll see a submission form where, again, any member can submit articles or submit stories that are public image related, and that will be put up on the website as part of the blog. We also have a social media directory for our clubs in the 31 districts. Pretty much it'll, provide links. Well, once the club provides it to us, we will publish the links for that specific club's website, Facebook page, Instagram account. So, if it is that you're wondering what's the official Facebook page for the Rotary Club of any town, you can come to this page on the Elevate Rotary website, and you can pretty easily find it. It's just a way to have everything kind of all in one place. and maybe save you a little bit of time from having to do an extensive search on Google. Winding down a bit here. So we also have Zone 33, 34 social media accounts and channels that we encourage, again, every member to follow at least one. So whether it's our Facebook page, Facebook, become a member of our Facebook groups, our Instagram account, Twitter account, LinkedIn page, YouTube channel, every single one of these, you can stay up to date with everything that's Zones 33, 34 related. So whether it's upcoming events, whether it's announcements, whether it's important information, we would ask every member, again, Rotary or Rotaract wise, to follow at least one of the channels, if not more than one. On that note, I do want to highlight one particular social media platform or channel that we encourage, again, every club public image chair, but also every member to be part of, because every member is responsible for public image. And that is the public image group on the Zones 33, 34 Facebook. Anybody can join it. Right now it's up to a little over 1,800 people. A lot of them are from all over the world, not just District 7030 and not just this part of the world. We have persons from Australia, from Africa, from India, from the UK, from Europe. And the great thing about the groups is that everybody contributes content to it. Everybody exchanges ideas. Everybody, is able to kind of help one another out when it comes to public image stuff. So again, if you haven't, you didn't know about it, you know about it now. Again, the link is in the group, is in the chat, sorry. You can join this. You don't have to be a public image chair to join it. Anybody can join it. And last but not least, with regards to the website, again, we do have a contact form that's on the homepage that we encourage. Again, anyone does not just have to be a public image chair. Any member to contact us, whether it's with regard to a general question you may have, whether it's with regard to branding, whether it's with regard to issues with social media. If you are looking for somebody to present to your club on a particular topic, if you have a suggestion for our webinars, any kind of feedback whatsoever that you would like to send us, feel free to fill out the form that's available on the website. And I think with that, I will stop and open it up. I know we want to get to Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sean. So, folks, there you have it. Sean and Maria have provided lots of information. I hope that we have lots of questions coming from you. If you don't have questions today, please, Maria and Sean are available to answer your questions directly. Elevate Rotary, lots of information there. And I am not seeing any questions in the chat, guys. But for me, there was a lot of information there today, and I think we're soaking it all in so that we can come back and review those presentations and give ourselves some time to ask those questions. So unless anybody, this is your last chance to ask some questions, folks. Really good information from both Maria and Sean. Thank you so much. I want to thank all of you that came as well this morning, gave up some good Saturday morning time, but I am sure that it was worth your time. Thank you to the past. Diane has a question. You want to unmute Diane and ask that question? Let's find you.
Hi, morning.
Hi, morning.
Right, I was driving, so I had to stop. Sorry. I know Rotary, I mean, is very active on Instagram and on Facebook. However, we have the new social media influence of TikTok, which is very trendy. And I have some members of my club who are skeptical about it, due to their, responsibilities at work, etc. But what is Rotary's take on utilizing TikTok to to promote Rotary and its brand? Is there any guidelines, or is it a no-no, or what it is?
Maria, Sean, I have my own answer, but I'm going to let the experts respond.
My club has actually a TikTok channel, and I was surprised. I think we started it during the pandemic, and I was surprised the amount of followers we got. There are many clubs many Rotaract and Rotary clubs on TikTok, and there are a lot of videos that you could actually download from Rotary International to use on the channel. Because we have to be careful what we're putting on those channels. So if you stick within, let's say, the brand guidelines, which is most important, as Sean and I said, you don't want to go and do something that's too, how to put it, not that could have, you remember, even though our clubs are autonomous, what we do as one club, the public doesn't see it as the Rotary Club of X. They see it as Rotary as one. So that's something that if you're going to use a TikTok channel, I would suggest that you start with the videos that are there and then use those videos to build your own identity. That's just my opinion, but I will hand it over to Sean to actually say anything that he wants to say. Thank you.
I'm actually curious and want to let Sonia go next.
I'm going to say, however we get the message out there, we should use it, but we need to use it responsibly. We need to use it within the guidelines that are set, because we are not that organization that just wants likes. We want to make sure that we get the right message. So that's me, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, everything that both Maria and Sonia said has significant weight and validity. At the end of the day, regardless of what social media channel it is, it's all about two things: responsible content and content, right? So just to start any social media channel, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, just to start any of those, to say that you have one may not necessarily be the most responsible thing if you don't have a plan to develop good content for any of them. Sometimes, yes, you can have a channel that essentially just, let's just say, repeats or duplicates content from other legitimate channels. That's great. But at some point, you want to have your own brand and your own distinct content on. So if you don't have the ability, especially with TikTok, which is a purely video medium, right? A lot of clubs may not have the resources, the time, the effort, the personnel to generate their own video content on a consistent basis. So if you don't have that in-house, or if you don't have the ability to do it in-house or outsource it, take your time before deciding whether you want to start a TikTok channel or any heavily video-based channel. Because again, you don't want to end up with a zombie account. You don't want to end up with something that you start, you put a few things on, and then months or years go by and there's no update to it. There's nothing new on it. Everybody who started following you is just going to switch off of you altogether. But as far as, I think one of the things Dan may have been leaning towards, but not overtly saying, is, is TikTok something that is legit and recognized by RI as a legit social media outlet? And yes, it is. Just because they don't have a TikTok channel does not mean that they don't give it any legitimacy. It's fine. There's no issue with a club, a district, a member using TikTok to promote Rotary and to use it for public image. The last thing I'll say on it is just keep in mind that from a demographic standpoint, every social media channel has its preferred, or its let's just say weighted demographics, right? These days they'll say, if you're, and the only people that really use Facebook is everybody who's over 30. If you're under 30, you're not even paying attention to Facebook. You're paying attention to Instagram, you're paying attention to TikTok.
Snapchat.
For those that still have it, yes, Snapchat. So again, pay attention to who your audience is and what you want what your audience may be most engaged with. Don't just put content out for putting content out sake. Know what your audience is really looking for sometimes, and satisfy them as well, as far as what content you put out. 22 cents, not 2 cents.
Thanks, Sean. So it's about telling that story. We got to tell the story for those who know, to remind them, and those who don't know, to let them know who we are. Because believe it or not, there are people that don't know who Rotary is. Despite all the work we've done in the communities, despite all the grant money that we get into some communities, all the things that we do, they still don't know. So let's get that message out there, but responsibly. So before we go, by a raise of hands, can you tell me how many of us wear Rotary branded stuff every day? Raise your hand. Oh, wow. That's just like, that is sad. Guys, thank you, Charles. Thanks everybody who raised their hands, all 5 of you. So this organization that we belong to, people need to know who we are. They don't know what Rotary is if they don't see, the pin. I wear my pin every day. It's important to spread that awareness. Okay? It is that in order to get into communities and to tell the stories, we have to be able to be recognized. Each of us need to have that 30-minute elevator speech about Rotary. So I urge you, wear your branding. Branding is important, the right branding, of course. So, okay, thanks very much to all of you. So Oscar's asking me to show my polo. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Did I say 30 minutes? Oh, God. Okay, folks, it's been a pleasure being here with you this Saturday morning. Our next session has to do with youth. That is Rotaract, Rotary, Rotaract, Interact, Early Act, and of course, RILA. That session is on March 13th. I look forward to seeing, if not all of you, most of you, and the rest of your team to please join us on that day. Thanks so much. Happy Saturday. Go out there and make a difference in people's lives. Let's make some magic. Thanks very much, everybody. Happy Saturday.